has come to move into the final two games of the weekend at the EGCA Champions League 2025 Peterborough stage, hosted by Fen Tigers. And we will be starting and getting underway with our bronze medal match. Please welcome to the court our teams and officials. Starting with the Fen Tigers. Wearing number 1, Joe Roper. Wearing 4, Dom Roper. Wearing 6, Josh McKenzie. Number 7, Dan Roper. And number 9, Dave Scott. The Fen Tigers head coach Emma Evans, assisted by Daniel Bennett. Their opponents, please welcome Club Sportif CSAVH Lyon. Wearing 1, Clara Lyon. Number 3, Alexander Almeida. Number 7, Thomas Martins Ramos. And number 9, Felix Vargas. Head coach Alexander Diaz. And assisted by Latifa El Gusli. Your referees for this match, Roelis Vaitikas and Vilna Venskutinita. With our 10-second timers, Aurora Zalin and Dev Burashi.
Welcome back to live coverage of the EGCA Champions League qualifiers here at Oundle School, hosted by Fen Tigers. This is the bronze medal match, a ticket for the EGCA Champions League finals at stake, and it's going to be one of Fen Tigers or Lyon who will take that last spot. Our penultimate game of the weekend. The two teams are ready to go, and arguably the biggest match of the weekend. Both of these teams have played each other once already in the tournament. It was Lyon who came out on top by only 1 goal, 7 goals to 6. Will it be as close again here in the bronze medal match? Niall Geddes is joining me for this one. Well, all that hard work, all that preparation last night and this morning, it all comes down to this one final shot to compete in the EGCA Champions League finals. This is the game that everyone has been waiting for, despite that gold medal match coming up next.
Despite the gold medal game, that's the one who wins it, but this is the one who really wins it. This is the for that final place to book themselves in that Champions League final later on in the year. Both teams have prepared for this one. They know each other now. They've got the data. They've read through it. Both teams would have looked back at the game tape and tried to figure out where they can get their extra percentages from. Fen Tigers have got a lot of support in the stands, backing them with their squad, and it just feels like the atmosphere has ramped up about 3 notches from the 5th to 6th place game to this 3rd and 4th place game, and everyone knows how much this means to both teams.
Certainly does. Well, Fen Tigers do boast their top scorer of the tournament, Dan Roper, 28 goals so far in the EGCA Champions League. It is Felix Vargas who's top scorer for Lyon, 12 goals in total.
Dan Roper does Dan Roper things, and that is score a lot of goals in a tournament. 28 goals so far. Une isn't far behind him. He's got another match to go later on in the tournament. Can Dan extend this lead? It's not if he can, it's how many goals can he extend this lead back on the top goal scorers, and can Une catch him?
Well, both of these sides, as mentioned previously, met in Group B. Both sides with a victory in the group stages. Both winning in the quarterfinals, but losing out in the semi-finals. The atmosphere is at fever pitch ahead of this bronze medal match. Here we go, Fen Tigers taking on Lyon.
This game between Fen Tiger on my left, Lyon on my right. We ask audience, please keep quiet on the ball and play and switch off your mobile phones. Thank you. Fen Tiger starts with the ball. Quiet, please. Center.
So Fen Tigers will be throwing from right to left, with Lyon from left to right. Dan Roper, Joe Roper and Dom Roper all on the court for Fen Tigers. Bualia, Vargas and Almeida for Lyon. The first throw for Fen Tigers, and it was Dan Roper. Fen Tigers playing in their black shirts with the orange tiger claws going through the court, through the shirts, with Lyon in their maroon shirts. Bualia opting for his blue tracksuit bottoms today that brought him good luck on the first day. That one going wide. So interestingly, they've gone with Dom Roper from the get-go, with Josh McKenty, Dave Scott on the bench.
I think it's let the boys on the bench feel the flow of the game. Let them understand what's happening. Get the right data. The Roper boys are very strong together. They have that family connection with each other.
A throw down the centre of the court is blocked. Vargas quick return towards Dom Roper on this near side. That one is also blocked. Dom Roper rocks back on the crossbar. He's slightly left of centre. He goes towards the far side of the Lyon goal, and that one is blocked out by Almeida, the number 3. Opting for a non-sleeveless shirt today, Almeida on this near side. That one is out straight away, so it goes into the back of the net, but won't count. So still We remain goalless inside the opening minute. We've had a lot of games with fast starts in this tournament. 336 goals scored, 22 matches gone. This is game number 23. Dan Roper. That's blocked by Almeida on that far side. Felix Vargas just takes a deep breath. He's in the centre. This goal hit that one, goes wide of the mark, and I sense there's a few flutters of nerves between the two sides here.
There's a few. It looks like they're not wanting to go full power just yet. When they're trying to, they're letting that ball slip. Vargas there, he under-rotated. That's why that ball went out of bounds. He's had trouble on that one. Good hand catch there.
Big return for Almeida and Joe Roper and Dan Roper, smothering that Dom Roper kick, flying in behind to help out his teammates, and that one is blocked by Vargas down the middle of the court. With 28 goals for Dan Roper, top scorer in the tournament so far. Felix Vargas with 12 of his own, that's blocked by Joe Roper. He accelerates towards the halfway line, gives it back to Dom, who's on this near side. Dom Roper, full rotation through the centre. Vargas blocked, he just couldn't gather it on that occasion, and gives the ball to Kadabualia, who's right of centre. A rotation throw towards Dom Roper that goes underneath Dom Roper. It's a goal for Lyon. They strike first. Kadabualia gets the first goal of this bronze medal match and scores his 10th goal of the tournament. Kadabualia.
Dom Roper there has got caught in a movement. He wanted to sink into the pocket, but he left up onto his knee and it stuck underneath him.
Dan Roper trying to hit back straight away. That one's blocked by Almeida, and from Felix Vargas. Almeida now returns. Joe Roper diving to his right, but it's blocked by Dan Roper on that far side. He takes a step towards that far corner of the goal. Dummy run by Dom Roper. Dan Roper goes towards that far side of the court. That one is saved, so a reminder that Fen Tigers are throwing from right to left, Lyon from left to right. That one's blocked by Joe Roper, who scurries out towards the halfway line. Dom Roper's going to throw here. He gets it, bounce on that one as it goes right down the centre of the court. If Dom Roper was to find the back of the net, this place would erupt. Joe Roper with that save.
Yeah, I feel like if Dom put that ball on the back of the net, there's not going to be a roof on this place, and they may have to pause the game to get it back.
But it is Lyon who lead in the early stages. Alexander Almeida on this near side. He goes right down the line, and that one hits the post. It goes back off Dom Roper and into the back of the net. It's 2-0 to Lyon.
Joe Roper nearly got to that ball. He came in very fast, but unfortunately he did find the back of the net, and it went over the line off the back of Dom Roper's back.
Still great support in the crowd. Lyon though, brilliant start. Dan Roper with that effort, so Kadabualia and an own goal so far this morning, as we are just over 3 minutes into the first half. Felix Vargas blocked by Joe Roper and out. Emma Evans doing words with Josh McKenty in the team coach area. Noise coming from the court. Not too sure where that was coming from. We've not had much disturbance around the venue this weekend. Here we go, Dom Roper. That's a diving save from Kadabualia on this near side.
I think that noise was actually from the court, but the referee got a bit lost on the tracking of it, like some of our players do as well.
And that one is 3 for Lyon. Kadabualia drilling it into the bottom corner on this near side. No mistake. Kadabualia, what a start this has been.
Great start there from Kadabualia. Dom Roper's not having a fun time right now, and the Fen Tigers have triggered a substitution early. Dom Roper is leaving the court, and it looks like big Josh McKenty is coming on.
It certainly is. Josh McKenty, well, a change afoot then for Fen Tigers early on in the game. What a start for Lyon though, Niall, and Kadabualia. We were well impressed with him in the first day, and he has turned up in the big match here.
Yeah, Kadabualia has really worked well on his wing, and just straight line shots. Unfortunately, Dom Roper was sinking so far into the pocket to back up Joe. he was just leaving his wing open. And that's not normally like Dom, what I've seen in the domestic leagues. Sometimes the moment can take us. It's now, can he bounce back if he features later on in the game.
Dan Roper going towards that right pocket. That one is blocked. Combination of Vargas and Almeida. Vargas throws towards Dan Roper. It's blocked. It's onto the crossbar and over. Big save, Dan Roper, but they are being put under huge amounts of pressure. Fen Tigers defensively.
They did all they could to get that over the crossbar there.
Josh McKenty cross court blocked by Almeida.
Josh McKenty gives this Fen Tigers team a whole different dynamic.
That one is out, so despite that block from Josh McKenty.
Quiet, please. Play.
Dan Roper produced something special. He sprints over to the far side of the court. Fen Tigers throwing from right to left. In that left pocket, that's blocked, and Alex Vargas just takes a moment and goes towards that far side. And Vargas clears that one.
Vargas, great defensive stop there. He stopped the ball on his arms where he needs to do. You want to catch in that sweet spot as a centre. On your arm side, between your forearms and your chest.
And that one squeezes through from Dan Roper. And they are on the board, Lyon.
Dan Roper breaking through that pocket.
Big moment in the game that for Fen Tigers.
Quiet, please.
The Lyon players looking like, what does that get into the back of the net? Clear there with a great rotation shot just to set the tone for them.
Ball in towards that right pocket, bobbles out towards this near side. And that was blocked out.
Lyon did not have long left on the shot. They need to think about what they've got to do first. They do not want to give a 10-second penalty, and Vargas does not.
Yeah, penalty against Lyon. That would be a huge momentum swing. But how big is that goal there for Fen Tigers now? That will just give them a little bit of confidence now.
Yeah, it gets them off the mark. It lets them know that they can break this Lyon team down. As Dan was looking there to make it a second, but yeah, it gives them that chance now. They know that they can break down this Lyon team, and now they can push on through and work together as this team. Joe's going to be their anchor in the middle. He's going to scurry around on the court like he does, getting it out to Josh McKenty, who nearly puts it in the back of the net as well.
Quick reply.
Very fast return.
Does really well. He gets across brilliantly there. Josh McKenzie really had to get across quickly and did so. Dan Roper going towards his near corner and scoring. Dan Roper, it's 2-2. Pinpoint accuracy from their main goal scoring threat. Dan Roper, it's 30 for the Fen Tigers number 7.
And we spoke about that confidence, and you can just see it exuding there from Dan Roper. He knows he can score goals in the bunches. That puts him now on to 30 goals for the tournament. And then it's forced Lyon to use a timeout early on in the first half.
Yeah, 6 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first half. And a game that was really feeling the nerves were almost radiating off the court into the stands, and has now just popped into life. And it's 3-2 to Lyon. 2 big goals from Dan Roper to reel the French side back.
2 big goals from that man from Fen Tigers who put his team on his back. Defense and offensively, it's now a game of swings. So who's going to swing it next? Caballé is looking like he wants to play today, and they want to book their slot. But Dan Roper may have a different story, and he has a different script to what the Lyon team have.
So this is Alexander Almeida now with the throw. That one is wide from Lyon's perspective now. They had a great start and still obviously well in this game. From their perspective, what did they really need to do now?
They really now need to focus on their defensive capability. That gap on the left side of their court probably is their strong player, and Fen Tigers are now keeping the ball away from them. They need to be able to get Caballé into the game.
Felix Vargas. McKenty says with his shins. Well, it was close in the matchup in the group stage is 7-6 to Lyon. Dan Roper going for that same corner. They found success. Myself and Nah were right in line with that second goal for Dan Roper. We could almost see it going in past the halfway point. Can Peterborough break through this time? No plan. Down this near side of the court as Josh McKenty stands tall. Really gets down low, whips it through the middle of the court, and that one is blocked by Felix Vargas.
It's really hard to get that ball past big Josh McKenty. He's got those thick legs, they're like tree trunks. If that ball hits him, they just get swallowed up into him.
Dan Roper, he makes a move towards this near side, a full rotation throw right at Peterborough. He makes that block. Dan Roper goes back into position on the far side of the court. It goes towards Joe Roper, who smothers it away.
Joe Roper letting the crowd know that he had that covered.
Sprung into action. The Duracell bunny in the centre of this Fen Tigers 3. Dan Roper going towards Peterborough. It bobbles into air and it's parried away. Good second reaction from Peterborough.
Yeah, great awareness there from Cavalier. Just to give a big paw to that one, getting out of the court.
Felix Vargas, he has the ball in his hands, slightly left of centre. He goes towards Josh McKenty. He kicks that one away. Joe Roper is quick to react and gives it to Josh McKenty, who is quick to try and return this one. Fires it down the centre of the court. Quick return from Vargas down the middle, and that one's blocked by Joe Roper.
Joe Roper looking to slow the game down a little bit for Dan Roper. Straight down the middle to Vargas, who really wants to speed this game up. He's not waiting around. He wants to ignite his team right now and push them back into the lead. Well, push their lead a bit further, sorry.
Dan Roper. Oh, nearly squeezes it through that left pocket, Dan Roper, but he can't break through this time, and the ball's on the far side for Lyon. Throwing from left to right in that dark maroon shirt, cross court. Josh McKenty really spreading himself, pushing it wide.
Quiet, please. Take.
Dummy run from Dan Roper. Josh McKenty lets one rip, and that one goes wide. Off the far post, he's edging closer, Josh McKenty, to that far corner.
He is, and it's looking like he wants his moment in this crucial match in the bronze place game. Joe Roper with the great legs to get that ball out of bounds. Josh McKenty and Dan Roper are both going to be in conversation about this one, talking about Dan Roper's movement shots are so good, and he elects to do it.
Dan Roper, all rotation down that far side, can't get it past Alexander Almeida. With over 4 minutes to go. And here is Almeida on this near side. Really bounces it into the court. McKenty clings on. And a timeout called by Fen Tigers, and I think that's a good timeout, not only just for Fen Tigers, but for everyone, just to take a pause, because it's been a really high intensity match between the two sides.
Yeah, the difference between that, the last 2 minutes have settled down a little bit. Where it just feels like Fen Tigers are on the brink of tying this game up. But we have seen throughout the tournament that they can go against the script, and Lyon, they are in the lead at the moment. They look like they're scrambling, and Felix Vargas is really trying to ignite his team in that centre, trying to push the tempo, trying to push their players to keep with his speed of the game.
So Lyon 3, Fen Tigers 2. Support coming from Lyon on our live stream, who have really played their part in an excellent match. Right down the centre from Dan Roper. Felix Vargas bounces the ball in front of him. That one is well wide in the end.
Yeah, under rotation there by Vargas. You just have to get, when you're rotating, you have to get that full rotation. And if you over rotate, it's out one way. If you under rotate, it's out the other.
Dan Roper hitting it through the middle of the court. That one is blocked. Peterborough. Josh McKenty makes a big save and manages to cling on to that second attempt. Here is the Big Mac, just standing slightly inside from that near post, fires it down the line, and that one's blocked. But that is Josh McKenty's probably best effort of this first half. Really tested Peterborough.
Yeah, that's Josh McKenty's straightest shot that he's done. He wanted to hit that line, and Peterborough, big hands to push push that out.
Almeida just heads inside, goes down the middle of the court. Joe Roper swallows that one, then gives it over to his brother Dan Roper, who looks on the crossbar. He's on that far side of the court, lets it go, can't get it through, gets a block.
I do feel like Vargas is taking a lot of shots and defending a lot of shots in the middle. He might be chipping away and putting himself too much work to do later on in this game. He needs to conserve some energy now and use his wingers.
Thomas Martins Ramos on the team bench for Lyon. Dan Roper with the effort towards that right pocket. Almeida. 2 minutes 40 left on the clock. And that one, it's blocked by Joe and the combination of Josh McKenty. The large combination. Working Josh McKenty at this near side. Cadabualia, full rotation. And Josh McKenty just gets his left shoulder on that one. He'll clear that away.
And there's some big shoulders from Josh McKenty as well.
And Roper going towards Almeida on the far side. He's back in position. Almeida goes right down the centre. Joe Roper not getting past him at the moment. Wearing red and white trainers. Joe Roper skipping across the court. Here is Josh McKenty, who goes through the middle, blocked by the legs of Felix Vargas, and that's a quick return. That one goes wide, and we talked now about Vargas playing his part, not just defensively, but offensively so far in the first.
Yeah, he's trying to do it all right now, and he is that spark for his team. Almeida there with that ball, he's coming across.
Almeida's going to take the shot on here. A sense of miscommunication there between the two sides.
It looked like he wanted Cavalier to have that ball there, but it just looked like it wasn't going to be, and he had to adjust and take that shot to avoid 10 seconds.
Cavalier wild going wide. Well, after an electric first quarter of the match, the game really has settled into a pattern now. Stalemate for the last couple of minutes, and now here is Dan Roper. Can he open it up again? Blocked.
He's looking at getting a flick on her body, but you're right. It is a chess match now. They're sussing each other out. Both teams have made the defensive adjustments. And it looked like Dan sensed something there. He wanted to push the pace on that one. But very well done. Very well dealt by Almeida there.
Felix Vargas. Cross court, bouncing, popping off the court. That one goes wide. Block coming in from Joe Roper.
We sense that big Josh McKenty has got a moment in him. And
Kenty down the line.
Cavalier denied him.
Mild big moment.
Cavalier denied him.
Cadabualia, Joe Roper. No mistake there. So 1 minute remaining of the first half. The one goal in it. Does that squeeze through? It doesn't. Quick reply from Felix Vargas. The crowd had to calm down very quickly as the ball did, of course, go out.
Great job by the referees, just to calm the crowd down, let them know just to settle down whilst the ball's in play. The crowd do have to stay quiet and didn't cause a stoppage in play.
Cadabualia down the centre, that one is blocked out.
Quiet, please.
Dan Roper. That one's also blocked. Felix Vargas, great return. Joe Roper's having to scurry.
I think Vargas got away with one there.
McKenty. That one's blocked. An equipment check. So 15.7 seconds left. So chance for a throw each.
If I was the Lyon team, I would hold the ball and make sure that that ball cannot come back now. You hold the ball, get a good shot, and focus on what you want. It looks like Cavalier is looking to be the shooter, What moment can he create for himself to either push this lead up to a 2-goal gap, re-establish that, or is he looking just to settle this and see it through to half-time?
The ball has now been mopped and we are ready to go. Trying to use every available second. Peterborough, big block by Josh McKenty. So 6.2 seconds left. There is definitely time to get a shot off here, and I'm pretty certain there's only going to be one man who's going to take this.
Yeah, Joe Roper's gone into the goal, given Dan Roper the whole court to work, and
Save by Felix Vargas. He replies quickly. That's a good effort. Joe Roper blocks. And what a first half that has been. That first half split into two. That first 6 minutes, well, was non-stop thrilling action, and that second 6 minutes, real gridlock, really trying to feel each other out in that second 6. But what a first half, an enthralling opening half to this bronze medal match. It is Lyon 3, Fen Tigers 2.
we said it before the game, where we thought it was going to be a tense game, and they've proven us right. It started off fast and furious there for Lyon, finding the back of the net 3 times very quickly, but then it looked Fen Tigers have pegged them back. Just a one goal lead for Lyon at the moment. The momentum is with either team. It looks like they are just jostling for position, each team there.
Well, it was Lyon who got off to the perfect start. They went 3-0 up Peterborough with a brilliant opening couple of minutes, and not only attacking wise but defensively has looked really good as well.
Yeah, they've looked defensively. He's been one of the solid players for that Lyon team. Yeah, it's a battle of the big guys, opposite wings for each other, and it's they're trying to test each other. Big Josh McKenty's trying to beat Cavalier down the line. So far, he's not been winning that one. And on the other side, Josh McKenty, he's just sucking everything up. He's just such a big body on that court. It's hard to beat him.
So just over a minute to go till the start of the second half, and from our position here looking out towards the court, looks like the two teams are unchanged. Dan Roper, Josh McKenty, Joe Roper. As for Lyon, Alexander Almeida, Felix Vargas, Peterborough. Felix Vargas impressing in that first half defensively, and in the attacking sense of the game, he got through so much work. And you mentioned in that first half, Niall, about the energy level. The final game, of course, for the two teams. He's got through a lot of work in that first 12 minutes.
He's put his steps in that first half. Both teams know they only have one game today, and it's all or nothing for this game. So why not? You want to push that energy. I am worried that he has bit off more than he can chew on the shooting side of it. We might see Ramos come on later on in the game, come into that centre to put Felix Vargas out on the wing, just to let him concentrate on his shooting ability, which is looking like he's wanting to push that tempo. Centre currently is a perfect position for him.
Well, we are nearly ready to go. Fen Tigers with great support coming from the stands. Lyon, who have really put in a solid display in this bronze medal match. A chance to compete in the EGCA Champions League finals at stake. It means so much for both of these teams, and we're nearly ready to go.
It's a big first throw from Lyon, who will start this half with the ball.
Lyon 3, Fen Tiger 2. Lyon starts with the ball. Quiet, please. Center.
And Lyon in the second half will be throwing from right to left. Fen Tigers throwing from left to right. Lyon in the maroon shirts throwing first down the centre. Joe Roper blocked, with Fen Tigers in their overall black shirt with orange slashes going through the shirt and on the sleeves. And throw from Dan Roper cross court towards that far side, blocked by Alexander Almeida. Almeida with the return. Joe Roper making that save. Josh McKenty is now over on that far side of the court and goes towards that left pocket, just sending a little teaser to Felix Vargas and Buelia. Vargas now aiming it towards this near side of the court.
A very nice little test and effort there by Vargas. It didn't find the touchline, but it did test that Ben Tigers team. Dan Roper with a beautiful movement shot from the right wing, moving over to the left.
And that one goes wide. So 56 seconds gone. It is Lyon who lead by 3 goals to 2. Ben Tigers now with Kenty. Dummy run from Dan Roper on this near side. McKenty on the far side, trying to find that far bottom right corner. That one is a few inches wide.
McKenty's really honed in on that straight line shot now.
That one goes down the far side, blocked off.
Dan Roper across. He loves that movement shot. It looks like Joe's sat into the back of the net to give Dan the whole court.
Dan Roper, 2 goals already. Trying to find a third. Almost close. Felix Vargas as well to stop that ball over Almeida. Having to be really quick though to clear it, and that one goes wide.
Yeah, Vargas did very well. It was inches from that middle line, which if that ball goes over that middle line, or if it goes out of bounds just after the high ball line, it's ball over, and the offensive team who just shot get to reload and take another one. And it looks like they're reloading that previous shot.
Dan Roper. That bobbles, it bounces, and it goes wide. So still at a stalemate here. 3-2 to Lyon. We await this first goal of the second half if we do get a goal, which would favour, of course, the French side, Lyon. And that one is just past that far post. Josh McKenty on that left side for Ben Tigers. Wearing his helmet, standing tall, and going towards that left pocket. Buelia has that covered. Buelia. Rotation throw, finds Joe Roper.
Joe Roper up fast and willing Dan Roper.
Dan Roper towards that right pocket, that one's blocked. Alexander Almeida with the effort now, forcing it down the middle of the court. Tigers is main man. Dan Roper, can he find the back of the net again? Yes, he can! That is 3 for Dan Roper. It is 3 for Ben Tigers. It's 3-3 on the scoreline.
And now it's all to play for. We're back to square one. We're all even. Both teams. How can each team respond? It looks like Ben Tigers have come out of this half wanting to push the tempo, which they did not want to do in the first half. And it looks like Lyon are trying to now slow them down.
3-3. Josh McKenty with a big save. Joe Roper with that block. No British side has made the EGCA Champions League finals. Ben Tigers 3-3 now with Lyon, who have been equally very impressive throughout this tournament. Buelia, Joe Roper making a big save, diving to his right.
Yeah, Lyon are currently, they're beating expectations of what I think a lot of people thought they would be able to do this tournament. And they deserve to be in this bronze medal game. Some hard wins.
Joe Roper.
Joe Roper willing, Josh McKenty on ready for this one.
Josh McKenty going towards that far corner. So no changes as of yet for either side. It's Vargas having a pop towards that left pocket. That one's been denied. And Dan Roper, 3 goals so far going down this near side. That one's blocked, making Alexander Almeida work. Almeida down the middle, that one saved by Joe Roper. McKenty. That left pocket is blocked.
It's a very contrasting game, this one. We're playing a very smooth game from the Fen Tigers. There's a lot of smooth, quick shots. A lot of teams that we normally see, they're opting for a lot of bouncing shots, but we're seeing a lot of smooth. So maybe they're using the advantage with this court. As we've seen, it's a very fast court here, and it looks like the Fen Tigers have called a timeout. Not called a timeout, that was the referee, sorry.
Yeah, officials timeout just to mop the floor. We are into the penultimate game of the weekend. A lot of tired bodies on the court at the moment. So 342 goals scored. This is probably one of our lowest scoring matches we've had as we reach into the final 8 minutes. Dan Roper with 3 goals, Bualia with 2, and an own goal producing this scoreline of 3-3. Dan Roper goes down the centre. Vargas now with that block. We've yet to have overtime in any of our games so far. Joe Roper with that block. Kenty going down that far side. That one is wide.
I think Josh McKenty now needs to open up his angle. He's done a lot down the line. If he can move the ball across the court, Josh isn't normally known for his movement shots, but if he can go across court, he can open up his line again. Dan Roper with the ball.
Dan Roper goes for it on this near side. Big throw down the far side.
I'm looking into the crowd and it looks like the Fen Tigers supporters, they're edging ever closer.
Some supporters simply can't even sit down at the moment. The tension is that high. 7.5 minutes remaining in this second half. 3 apiece. Dan Roper makes a move towards this near side. And goes for that right pocket. And it's a long ball given against Dan Roper. Well, our first penalty.
This next shot is going to be huge. Can Dan Roper deny Lyon that lead?
So Almeida's going to take this. He throws, and it hits the post. It goes just in. It was a good effort from Dan Roper, but it is 4-3. And Almeida gets on the score sheet. Big moments in the game.
Heartbreaking there for Dan Roper. He thought he did enough just to tip that ball out. It stayed on the goal line and just found its way in.
That one is out. So Lyon, Carabuelia on that far side. It's a ball over to Felix Vargas, who's still on that far side. He goes towards that right pocket, that blocked.
Quiet, please. Take.
Dan Roper, far side. Licks it down that far side line, and Bualia is right in behind it. He's standing slightly right of centre. He goes towards that right pocket. 2 Roper brothers combine to block, and here is Dan Roper who goes towards that right pocket. This one is also blocked.
Dan Roper taking on a big shooting responsibility for his team now.
Almeida with that effort. Blocked by Josh McKenty. Joe Roper sprints out to collect, and Josh McKenty, can he produce a big moment left of centre going towards that far corner? Bualia just lies flat, waits for that ball to come to him. Felix Vargas with the effort. That one's blocked. Joe Roper makes no mistake. Dan Roper returns, goes for that right pocket. Can't squeeze it through.
You can hear how much it means to that Lyon team, each stop that they get.
Roper.
Dan is known as one of the biggest shooters in the world, and this Lyon team knows it, and they want to deny Dan that opportunity to push this game back to even.
31 goals in the tournament so far. Top scorer Here's Dan Roper as we enter in for the final quarter. Lyon have been excellent. Ben Tigers have certainly, of course, played their part, aiming towards that left pocket. Is Dan Roper again.
Great stop there by Felix Vargas, getting his hands to do that.
Felix Vargas with this effort down this near side. Well, we're going to have to think about a potential player of the match, and certainly for me, Felix Vargas in the centre for Lyon, outstanding.
Felix Vargas he's proving me wrong. I thought he's bit off too much, but he's playing so well, and he's anchoring them on the offensive side and also the defensive side of the game. And then moving over, there's only one. Well, there's a couple of men. Joe Roper is being strong in that middle for this Fen Tigers team. You can't deny Dan Roper. He's got all 3 goals for them. He's keeping the Fen Tigers in this match offensively.
Well, 2 potential options there. I think I'm in agreement with Niall. Well, I am in agreement. It is Felix Vargas and Dan Roper who will be our 2 potential player of the matches. Get your votes in. The poll is now live at the moment. And that one just flicks in front of Joe Roper with Dan Roper. Now going to shoot. He aims for Cadaboulia. Vargas sweeps in front of him. Cadaboulia goes towards that right pocket. Throwing from left to right. Ben Tigers. Big Josh McKenzie goes for it. That deflects up into the air. Felix Vargas enters it, and it is in the back of the net, and that is a 2-goal cushion for Lyon. And Felix Vargas, well, we've just put him in our player of the match. Oh, and what an effort that was.
It looks like Josh thought that ball was going out. It just found the post and went in. It's got to just figure out his angles a little bit more. And Dan Roper trying to fire back straight away.
Alexander Almeida with that effort towards that far side. Josh McKenzie with that effort that bounces favourably in front of Felix Vargas.
Looks like Almeida's now opted to lose the sleeves.
Yep, sleeves rolled up. Well, Alexander Almeida, well, all 3 of the Lyon players are now on the score sheet. Great team performance this from Lyon. Dan Roper with that effort, and it squeezes through. Huge goal for Fen Tigers. They really needed that.
Can that be the momentum shifter that Fen Tigers need? They're now back within 1. They're within touching distance again. Can they get this game back level?
So a clarification here on Wilders, our one of our referees, our tableside referee. Having conversation with Emma Evans and the Lyon coaching staff. I think this is a mix-up in the paperwork for the numbers for substitutions here. They're switching over the numbers.
Looks like they might have been missing a number 9.
Which would be crucial because Dave Scott is standing ready, waiting, the number 9 for Fen Tigers.
He's shaking his hands. He wants in this game. It's one of those games you just want to be a part of.
Big throw down the centre, Joe Roper with that effort.
Huge stop there from Joe Roper.
Dan Roper, can he follow that up? That's blocked. Felix Vargas with a quick return, and it's wide. Big save from Joe Roper. But Felix Vargas, what an excellent performance he has put in for his team. And there's a substitution here for Fen Tigers. Josh McKenzie comes off, bellows out, and Dave Scott will now enter
Dave Scott making an appearance in this bronze medal game. It's a big one for him. He gives such a different dynamic to the whole team. Each player on the bench is so different. They add so many different abilities. David Scott is very long. He leans into his rotation, really smooth rotation, and gets very low and releases that ball with some absolute venom. But Felix Vargas, we can't ignore him at the moment. He's really put this Lyon team on his shoulders and making sure that they are defensively strong and offensively keeping ahead of this game.
Dan Roper nearly squeezing it through, but Almeida spreads himself well. Dave Scott then into the court. Joe Roper with the block. Dave Scott will now have that first throw. 2 goals in the tournament, scored in the semi-final against Old Power. And that one's down the centre. Just offers something a little bit different, doesn't he, Dave?
Yeah, he matches Dan with some speed, and then it's what the Spen Tigers team needs. Josh McKenty, when he's on his day, he's one of the fastest shooters in this country. It looked like his movements were a bit stiffer today. Let's see if David Scott can add that smooth shot to it. Dan Roper with a big effort there, letting Felix Vargas feel that one.
Peterborough throwing down that far side and into the back of the net. That's the 6th, and it's Peterborough's hat-trick in the bronze medal match. A huge moment potentially.
That's a very quiet hat-trick there by Peterborough. Felix Vargas has been a very heavy player for them. Peterborough has just been chipping away and doing his job very well.
Dave Scott, can it be an instant reply? Oh, a high ball against Dave Scott, and this could really now be the turning point. 3 minutes left to go. Big moments in the match. Peterborough, well, he's just scored moments ago. He's crouched underneath his goal, far side of the court. Dave Scott in the centre. Peterborough finishes. That is 7 up for Lyon.
Very, very clinical finish there by Cavalier. Slotted that straight in the net. David Scott was a little bit slow to react.
Dan Roper. One is blocked by Alexander Almeida. That one goes out.
2 minutes 55 on the clock in this second half.
Almeida. That one goes by Dave Scott on that far side. Dave Scott. Can he find a big moment for the hosts? Dave Scott's one is blocked by Vargas. It's Vargas. That's a stop there from Dave Scott on the far side, while Vargas leading our player of the match poll. Roper bouncing it into the court. Close towards a long ball, but it's
Vargas with a massive save, covering up Cavalier there. If that ball bounced just in front of him, I think it would have went over the top of him there. Vargas with a great whereabouts to get that ball. Crowd willing on Fen Tigers to get back into this game.
So the bronze medal at stake. A ticket to the EGCA Champions League finals on the table for one of these sides. Lyon currently with that advantage. They lead by 7 goals to 4. 2 minutes and 25 seconds left on the clock. Well, they need a goal quickly here for Ben Tigers to build up some momentum.
Time is not on their side at the moment. We have seen big swings within a very short time, but Lyon, they've showed how defensively strong they've been, and Cavalier has been one of those stronger players in the defensive abilities.
Peterborough, that was blocked by Dan Roper.
Doesn't look like Dan wasting any time here. He wants to get this ball gone.
Dan Roper with a big effort. Every sinew of his body, putting it into every throw. And that one bobbles toward the goal line, and Joe and Dan collide into each other to stop that one.
Great whereabouts from the Roper brothers to get that ball and get it away from that goal line. Great call from David Scott to let them know that ball was loose as well.
If that had entered into the back of net, that potentially could have been game over. Too much work for Fen Tigers. There's still a lot to do for the Tigers. But Lyon, of course, lots of support coming from Fen Tigers here. Home tournament, and they have really played so well in conditions that have been against them in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and they played fantastically. This Lyon team and this Fen Tigers team, they have put on some really good goal ball so far. 2 minutes left on the clock. I feel like if Lyon can squeeze another goal in, that is what you've said. It could be game, set and match on it. But if Dan Roper can just score this next goal.
Coming run by Joe Roper, one's down the centre, comfortable for Vargas.
Very strong by Vargas. He got his chest behind that one and pushed that forward.
Ball down the centre, Joe Roper. And Dave Scott is going to come off. Bit of a shake of the head from Dave Scott. Josh McKenty will come back onto the court. And a goal here from Josh McKenty could, as we mentioned earlier, really raise the roof.
Yeah, the showman is looking to get on the score sheet. But we're going to see a lot of tactics now being brought in. Substitutions, timeouts, they've got them to use. Emma, the head coach for the Fen Tigers, has a lot of tactical brilliance with this game. She knows what she needs to do, and see now if the players can execute. A big roar there from Josh McKenty, willing his team now and getting the crowd hyped up, ready to go.
That comes in, and that's a big save. Every save now is huge for Lyon. 90 seconds left to go. Peterborough, blocked by McKenty, using his shoulder to just push that ball away. 91 seconds left on the clock.
The further the ball gets pushed away, the more time that the Fen Tigers can gather. They have their shot and know what they need. And Roper stepping up for this one.
Down Roper. Another huge block from Felix Vargas, who's leading the way in our player on the map. Vargas. That one goes wide.
You can see what it means to the Lyon team. The head coach feels every stop and is celebrating every stop because he knows.
That's a big bouncing effort.
The referee's just settling the crowd. As we mentioned earlier on in the game, the crowd has to stay quiet whilst the ball's in play, so we do not distract the players on the court.
Just over a minute remaining, kind of boiling. That's another one that just goes wide of the far post. Dan Roper pushing it towards that from near side of the court. Another big block, Almeida. Well, Lyon have been excellent defensively, certainly this last couple of minutes. They've had to put West Ham a lot of pressure, and that one's cleared away by Joe Roper.
47.3 seconds left on the clock. I think we all know who's taking this next one.
Dan Roper. Can't squeeze it through, just took a bit of power off that one, and that is a timeout called by Lyon.
This Lyon team has been so strong. They've not made any changes throughout this game. They've stuck with the starting lineup, and it's really paid off for them throughout this game.
Lyon with the victory over Fen Tigers in the group stages with 7 goals, and are on course for another victory over the hosts. This potentially will be their 3rd win of the tournament, looking up that quarter-final win against Sporting, 8-6. Goal now, really rubber stamp that victory. Almeida with the block, 30 seconds remaining. And a timeout called by Fen Tigers here.
both coaches from the Fen Tigers staff talking over with their team now, trying to set up the shot. It's all, these timeouts now are all about setting up the shot, see what you can make out of it. It's hard to pick a gap because Felix Vargas is all over the court. He's putting his stamp everywhere and he's covering both wingers very well. Sometimes it is a little bit too much, but he's making it work.
So 33.4 seconds left on the clock. This next throw for Fen Tiger as well, it simply has to end up in the back of the net.
Quiet, please.
Dan Roper. Big bouncing effort, and it's a huge block by Felix Vargas, and that's the biggest roar he's let out. Peterborough happy to just run the seconds down. And it's a save from Josh McKenty. Joe Roper makes that call to his coach for that timeout, and at the moment they're just using these timeouts to come up with a game plan for every throw.
But Lyon are handling those shots really well. Felix Vargas has defended that one and let the whole arena know that he is not letting that ball get past him in these dying seconds of the game. He's gritted his teeth and made it work.
I believe this is the record amount of votes we've had for a player of the match. We had 40 plus votes in, and Felix Vargas leading the way. And I think we are agreeing in the commentary box that Felix has been the best player on the court. Dan Roper, can he make the difference now? Dan Roper, that one's blocked by Almeida. And a timeout called by Lyon this time.
We're going to see some tactical awareness down from Lyon team. They've got nearly a full 10 seconds to play with, maybe about 8 seconds on the shot clock to get that ball over halfway. We might see a little trickle. We haven't seen any team elect to do that this tournament so far. Everyone's shot the ball out of it or held on to it. But when you do not want this Fen Tigers team to get the ball to try to do something.
10 seconds.
I would elect to shoot this ball out, keep the ball on. What they want to do is keep the ball on court, but use as long of this clock as possible. So maybe count 6 seconds from what they've got.
Felix Vargas switches it towards his near side. And a substitution here for Fen Tigers as McKenty is going to come off. And a nice moment this for Fen Tigers as Dom Roper is going to come on. This will be the last 7 seconds of the campaign for Fen Tigers in the Champions League, and they put in so much work on the court, off the court to make this event happen here in the UK, and this is a really nice moment for all three of the Roper brothers.
It is a really nice moment. They've brought Dom on. It looks like Dan's got the ball. It's now switching over to Dom. Be aware, Dom may shoot this one as a long ball on purpose to just try to trick this team to give a couple of shots away.
Dom Roper down the centre. That's blocked.
He saw this ball out. Well done for the both teams here.
Is full time, and Lyon are through to the EGCA Champions League finals. They have claimed the bronze medal. An excellent performance from Lyon. Outstanding team performance.
You can see what it means to that team from France. They're all huddled together, celebrating. They've booked their ticket into the finals. Fen Tigers should be very proud of themselves, the way that they've conducted themselves throughout this tournament. They've been strong, they've been fast, and Dan Roper has been furious with his goal tally as well.
And Felix Vargas is the player of the match, and very much deserved. An excellent individual show from Felix Vargas, and Lyon are confirmed into the EGCA Champions League finals. They have secure the bronze medal. They finished third. Fen Tigers, as the hosts, finish in fourth. An excellent bronze medal game. It was the match that we were all waiting for, and it really did deliver as well, Niall.
The game definitely did not disappoint at all. It gave us everything. It gave us swings, it gave us roundabouts, it gave us obstacles that both teams had to work through. Lyon team really worked well with the obstacles that they were dealt. Felix Vargas really anchored his team well in the centre, and it just showed he got his man of the match there with one of our highest vote tallies so far this tournament.
Well, one more game to come, and it is the gold medal match. It is Old Power taking on Brussels at 12:15 local time, so that is in 25 minutes. The two teams will be presented in just over 10 minutes. But one more game to come. Old Power against Brussels, but it is Lyon who finished third. They claim the bronze medal, and they are through to the EGCA Champions League finals.